Something we have seen a lot with the rise of Valorant has been the hiring of whether it be players or staff members, in this case coaches, with maybe some sketchy history. It does obviously beg the overarching question of, should these things be allowed? Should someone with a skeptical past be allowed to learn and grow from their mistakes and find success in a brand new game, an esport, to which some of the times people are like, heck yes. Other of the times people are like, no, it just hasn't been long enough. I'm not sure where I fall on this one, but T1 currently under fire for over the past couple of weeks now after the signing of an assistant coach known as Stunner, who apparently has a cheating past in PUBG stretching back to just 2018. A lot of people on different sides of this, T1 clearly giving him a second chance, to which right away there were people like Vegas and other PUBG community members speaking out about this signing. As right when they announced it, it's actually someone like Vegas saying, great analytical mind, quoting their own tweet. Yeah, he had a great analytic mind when he was banned for cheating in PUBG and blocked every player and changes his name in every game and rats his way into the scene. Someone like Profi also coming out saying, and also a former PUBG guy himself and now in the Valorant space, as he said, doing my job as one of the PUBG players in Valorant to spread awareness that T1 picked up a new assistant coach, Stunner, the same guy that PUBG investigated and concluded was in fact cheating, has now changed his name from Xco to Stunner. Thought y'all should know, as he shows the picture of the PUBG competitive ruling back from 2018, which stated he was banned on 2 accounts for cheating with substantial evidence and issuing him a 1-year competitive ban from PUBG. And even someone like a former T1 Valorant coach in fraud had a lot to say all over Twitter. Gonna focus on one response here about the wrongdoing for himself, as he was a part of this roster formerly, and also saying, can confirm when the Oregon management forced me to trial and view him a long time ago, neither he or T1 told me about his past. Why was that detail kept from me? So you were and are fully aware of it, yet didn't disclose it ever to me or the team at the time? To which, yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in from the PUBG community, who clearly has not forgotten about this. Yes, it's back in 2018. To some, that's been long enough. To others, maybe not so much. When you have players, and especially when you have a former T1 coach who, according to his account, was not even told about this when he was trialing and, so, you know, going to hire this man. So clearly these guys have their takes and opinions on this kind of case. Clearly T1 saw the flack and fire they were receiving, to which they then uploaded their own video discussing the signing of Stunner.
We wanted to come out and address the concerns raised by the community after the announcement of Cody McLeod as our assistant coach. We wanted everyone to understand that we were and are fully aware of Cody's history, including the ban that he received for having cheats installed on 2 separate accounts during his PUBG career. We want to be transparent and let you guys know a little bit about our process and talk to you about these concerns. Cody served this competitive ruling a number of years ago in 2018, but it hasn't really ever been publicly addressed, and we thought this would be a good opportunity to speak together to the community and to the fans of T1. Cody, why don't you tell us a little bit about what happened since that time and the opportunities that you missed out on? Just talk to me normally, like what happened? You got banned. Yeah, go for it.
After being dropped from FlyQuest, the incident evolved into screenshots being released, where Bluehole did an investigation into my accounts, and they found that I was using external programs prior to me ever being a professional player. And then I moved on from PUBG after that due to not being able to compete in PUBG for a year. And I worked on from that into Fortnite for a short period of time before Apex Legends was released. Once Apex Legends was released, I started competing in that game early on against many top teams and quickly competing against other signed teams in a online league. All my teammates knew. I let them know. It was brought up by multiple people multiple times. It was brought up by myself multiple times that I had this past. I let everybody know who I was in Apex, and a lot of the Apex players knew about my history, and they talked it over, and they decided to let me continue playing in the online league as long as I streamed with a hand cam on at all times, which I did. And I competed to the best of my ability with other free agent players, and we worked towards being a top team competing against these other signed organizations, even reaching #1 in Apex Pro League for 1 season and top 3 multiple other seasons, once again against top teams. I believe that a lot of the teams that I was on could have been signed, but due to the past history of my name and the past incident, I wasn't able to be signed for good reason. And I think that The teams that I was on were competing at the top caliber, and they were playing lights out basically all the way through. And there was no reason for us to be picked up other than my past. And then I had multiple opportunities that were shut down due to my past name, and that was of my own creation. I worked towards continuing competing with all these different free agent teams before I took a short break and was invited to the Apex Major LAN in Poland. And I competed there with my teammates Nine and Noted. They really helped me out as a player and competed at the highest level. After the LAN, I started looking towards coaching. So I played with 2 players on Quasar Gaming. I wasn't signed along with them. The opportunity was available depending on the results of the LAN, and Quasar Gaming decided to pull out from Apex and not continue competing in Apex Legends. After that, I continued playing Apex on and off. I started working a normal job, cut into a lot of my Apex time, and I just didn't have a lot of time to grind before I was given another opportunity that was promptly shut down due to my past history. After that, I found out that Valorant was coming out, and I started playing CSGO to help myself train for Valorant. And I was looking to play and compete in Valorant before I decided that it was my best chance to go towards coaching due to my past history. It is my biggest life regret because it did jeopardize one of the only things I want to do in life, which is continue my passion for esports. And I think it forever always will be my biggest regret that I've had is doing what I did. And it cut a lot of my opportunities away, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, it was my own fault for being part of that incident.
And again, I'm not really sure where to fall on these. It's so subjective. It also is based off your personal experience. I don't really know about this stunner guy. I'm not from the PUBG space. Didn't know of him cheating until they all brought it forward. And then it does ask the question, 2018, is that far enough back? Right around 3 years ago now. Is that far enough for some people? Yes. Is it not for others? Certainly. I am a huge proponent of the fact that you can grow and learn from your mistakes. But if you are T1, you have to roll with these punches. You chose to sign this guy with a skeptical past. So you got to take these blows as they come. I'm not going to fault anyone for thinking that it's a sketchy signing, but I do hope that he's grown and he's learned from his past mistakes. And we'll see with the T1 Valorant success, can it continue? So we'll see what happens next time, guys. Hope you all enjoy. All right, do me a favor. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about this one? Until then, though, take a big old sip, all right? I'll catch you back here sometime soon. Take care.